Welcome to the video on application problems for systems of equations. We're going to look at a few word problems here, and we're going to use algebra equations to solve them. Here's an example. The four-step process I like to go through whenever I'm solving a word problem using algebra. First, I like to select variables so that I don't have to write out a bunch of words. So we're going to let C be the amount of money Carl has, and S be the amount of money that Sally has. After I've selected variables, I try to write equations based on the facts that are given to me in the problem. For example, in this problem, it says that Carl has twice as much money as Sally. I could write that as C equals 2 times S. Carl's money equals 2 times Sally's money, effectively. Another fact in the problem is that they have $225 altogether. That means that their money has to add up to 225, so C plus S equals 225. Once I've converted the facts in the problem into equations, I stop thinking about the problem altogether and pretend I'm just doing an ordinary algebra problem with letters and no attachment to real life. So my third step is to solve the system of equations that I've created from the facts in the problem. If you want to hit pause and analyze the work here, feel free to do so. And once you've solved the system of equations, you're ready to move on and interpret the solution that you just got and answer the question. The obvious interpretation here is that Sally has $75 and Carl has $150, and therefore the answer to the question, how much does Carl have, is $150. Now, before we do our second and final example, it's worth noting here that not all problems are this easy, and sometimes it can be quite challenging to write equations out of the variables you've created. Here's a second example. So let's start by selecting variables. I was going to use H for hot dogs, but then I realized hamburger also starts with H. So I just decided to let X be the number of hot dog plates sold and Y would be the number of hamburger plates sold. Now let's write equations out of the facts that we have. A common mistake people make is they read that hot dog plates cost $5 and they say that X is 5. But hot dog plates and the number of hot dog plates sold are different things. So the first real fact that we can make an equation out of is the fact that 50 plates are sold altogether. We don't know how many of each. And it's not necessarily 25 and 25. It doesn't say in the problem that an equal number of plates was sold. And so it seems like a logical equation would be X plus Y equals 50, because the number of hot dog plates plus the number of hamburger plates is the total number of plates sold, or 50. I can make a separate equation out of the fact that $313 is collected. Now this is the equation that I made out of that fact. But let's analyze it a little further. A lot of students think, oh, I put a 5 next to the X because hot dogs cost $5 and X is the number of hot dog plates sold. Well, while that is technically true, let's really think about what it is that we're doing here. For example, 5X represents an amount of money that is collected from the sale of hot dog plates. Why would that be? Well, if it's $5 per plate times X number of plates, then that would give us $5x. So I like to think of this a little bit beyond just, I put a 5 next to the letter I chose for hot dogs. It really makes more sense in real life. If you sell X hot dog plates, and each one of them earns you $5, then X times 5 will be the amount of money that you earned. Likewise, 8y represents an amount of money. I didn't just put an 8 next to the y because y represented hamburger plates and they were $8 each. I'm actually multiplying them together to get a money value. Because if hamburger plates are $8 each and I sold y of them, then 8 times whatever y is would give me the amount of money that I collected from hamburger plates. And so this bottom equation here really says money plus money equals money, or in a more detailed fashion, hot dog money plus hamburger money equals total money. At this point, I forget that I'm doing anything with hot dogs and hamburgers, and I simply solve the system of equations. If you need a little bit of practice at that, you may want to hit pause here and analyze the work. But what the system ultimately shows is that x is 29 and y is 21. And now it's time to interpret the solution and answer the question. Well, x represented the number of hot dog plates sold, and if x is 29, that means I sold 29 hot dog plates. Likewise, I sold 21 hamburger plates. Since the question was about hamburgers, then that's my answer. There were 21 hamburger plates sold. And as we end this video, it's worth noting that just watching these two examples did not prepare you for every problem that you'll see, but it does give you a general outline of a 4-step process that you can follow in almost any word problem situation like these. Thank you for watching.